Want beer. Oh yeah? Well, so's your face. Stop touching my magic phone. Well, you're mistaken.
Vidka?
Okay.
You're really campaigning for Bitch of the Year, aren't you?
I swear, one of these times you're gonna wake up in a coma.
If we can focus, keep discipline, and not have quite as many mysterious deaths, Sunnydale is gonna rule!
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 61 of GrrArghCast, the Buffy and Angel recap podcast that's just generally having a day. I am your host, Brandon Ellison.
I mean, you're having a day. I'm having the time of my life. My name is Jewel Rocket Rose.
And we are here to talk to you about Buffy and Angel as we are every week. Jewel, we're starting a little late today, and I feel we owe everyone an explanation as to why. I'll let you go first.
Well, I had a field trip today. So on Sundays, we go on family field trips, so we don't kill each other and shit. But today, we went to a grow house. It was the most incredible field trip of my entire existence. I saw things I didn't know existed within that world and how they are made. And there were all these cute little plants, and it totally smells like Tulum when you're there. It's amazing.
Nice. I went to brunch this morning, like a drag brunch that was kind of underwhelming. There weren't very many people there. It was like up on a hill. I didn't quite enjoy that. And I was exhausted because the puppies that I have kept me up all night, and they are obnoxious, but I love them, but they're obnoxious. And
why did they keep you up all night?
They were just generally barking, and then one of them decided to pee directly on my chest because she couldn't get off the bed, which wasn't great. Not my kind of Saturday night, frankly. And now I'm actually broadcasting from my bathroom. That's an Ital you see behind my shoulder, because the neighbors have decided to blare mariachi music, and this is the only room in the house that has a closable door. I have a very al fresco kind of open floor plan here.
I hope no one has to pee, Brandon.
Well, if they have to pee, they can go to the roof and pee, and I'll spray it down later.
Okay.
It is what it is. So I am locked in my bathroom doing this episode. It's just been a day. I was also exhausted, so I didn't really enjoy brunch. And that's a shame because brunch is my favorite thing in the world.
I'm so sad that you didn't like your brunch, but have you noticed something different about me, Brandon?
I'll tell you the truth. It's not as bright as I thought it was going to be.
Well, this is only phase one. I didn't want to.
For those of you just listening, Jewel has dyed her hair.
You guys, listen. I have not dyed my hair since I was 13 years old when I decided to dye it blue one summer. Not like all blue, but like streaks of blue. It was very Avril Lavigne of me. But listen, I've decided to go blonde for the summer. So this is my first phase one of blonde. Phase two will happen sometime in June. And then phase three by August. And then October, I'm going back to my black espresso locks.
Will has pointed out that we are out of Facebook jail. Yes, we are. I don't know why. It was supposed to be 90 days, but I check it every week to see if it works. And this week it worked.
Why are you so bad, Brandon?
Well, I'm not actually. It turns out if you call a Nazi, then you get suspended by Facebook. But if Nazis say Nazi shit, they don't. So I will not be using Facebook for anything political or moral or anything. I will be using Facebook for Buffy stuff only from now on.
Well, yeah, it's all that matters in life.
Yeah. The algorithms are wonky, and you can't really complain about anything or whatever. You can't there's nothing you can say that won't be misconstrued as offensive to Nazis, basically. It's not like I said anything racist. I said racist or dog shit, and whatever. Anyway, yes, Will says for Buffy and for puppies, Buffy puppies, and a puppy named Buffy that I have that's around here somewhere.
When are you going to name a dog after me? Are you waiting for the poodle so I take it?
Do you know what's really funny?
What?
So all 3 of the dogs I have now have applications for adoptions. So the next one I get, I literally was thinking about having a pair and naming them Brandon and Jewel. Because I thought it would be like really good, like Brandon and Jewel, Brandon and Jewel. It's gonna be weird saying my own name to a dog, but also like I can handle it.
Call me by your name, Brandon.
Call me by your name, and I'll call you by mine. Jewel, what have you been watching? What have you been watching, reading, listening to this week?
That's a great question. I got very into the TikTok drama. I don't know if you know this, but Josh Richards and Nessa are now broken up. And so are Mads Lewis and some other guy who dyes his hair and wears nail polish. But anyway, and the boys were best friends and the girls were best friends. And then they like had a switcheroo of partners, but forgot to tell their respective partners. And they wrote a song together. And I'm betting the managers thought like they would get more press from this. But TikTok, I've been watching TikToks. I've been trying to really get into the young children drama. Notice I am doing a side part. So I'm still, standing myself. I'm trying to use these words.
I have no idea.
If you have young people in your life, ask them.
I have no idea who these people are either. I believe our average podcast listener is 32 to 45. So we have no idea who these people are, but I'm glad you're here, Jewel, to keep us updated.
I'll keep us young, you guys, because for real, this is an important shitty drama. This is apparently like the Britney and Justin of these TikTokers.
Got it.
Yeah,
now
this is like a big deal. This would be like if Jessie Chazez stole Britney from JT and it wasn't just Wade Robson, allegedly.
What?
Why don't you know those things?
Of course I know who all those people are. I'm just I know what you're talking about.
That's why they broke up after wearing the denim ensemble.
Yes, and they went to Destin, Florida, and someone broke in and stole all the videos of them smoking pot together and stuff. It was a whole thing. I remember this. Yes.
Britney is so much more fun than I thought she was at that age.
I have been watching one thing and one thing only this week, and that is the new season of The Circle, my favorite reality show.
I haven't watched it yet. What is it about? Tell me.
Oh, what is it about? It's all these people who live in an apartment building, and they have to interact by social media only. And some of them are real people, and some of them are catfishing as other people. And the idea is to build alliances with people that you haven't seen, that you've just talked to on Messenger. To ally against other people. It's basically Survivor if they were locked in separate apartments. And it's really entertaining. And also Lance Bass is on it this season. So there's another NSYNC connection for you. There's not normally celebrities, but Lance Bass is on it. I put Lance Bass in air quotes because you have to watch the show to know it.
I'm so confused. I don't know about anyone else.
Right.
I know people are confused about my TikTok drama, but I don't understand any of what you're saying. And I'm going to try and watch it.
I really think you should watch it because it's super entertaining. And like my friend Billy's here, and Billy doesn't watch anything. He doesn't watch reality shows. He doesn't watch anything. And he and I are obsessed with it. We've picked our favorite people that we want to win. There's this guy that's like a 59-year-old gay guy that's portraying like a younger friend of his. And he's super sweet and and everybody likes him, but he keeps using acronyms that aren't real, like because he thinks that young people use them. You really need to watch it. It's very entertaining.
It's all like virtual.
It's all they're in the same apartment building, but they don't see each other. And then every week they have to vote off somebody that they think needs to be removed from the circle because that person is very manipulative, or that person is whatever, not playing the game right, or just isn't very likable. Will says he enjoyed it, and Jewel says it's so up your. Will says Jewel is up your alley of junk TV.
I bet I'm gonna love it. I just feel like this is my worst nightmare of like having to interact with people. Like I don't do well talking to people through a computer. I'm much more of like a in-person person.
Yeah.
This I don't love the idea of this, and I don't like them perpetuating this.
Well, I think that you would like it. And also like when they get kicked off the show, they get to meet one of the people. So they get to have a one-on-one with one of the people. So there's the reveal as to whether they're real or a catfish by that point. And it's very dramatic. It's very fun.
Do some people get really upset and hurt? Oh, I'm watching that.
Add it to your list. The new season just started, but the last season was really good. The last season was pre-COVID and was really, really interesting. And I think that you would really like it.
Okay.
It is trash. It is trash. I'm not by any means saying it's not
I love trash TV.
Total trash.
Trash TV is my favorite kind of TV because you don't have to think when you're watching it. You're just like, oh, it is. It's acceptance at its finest. Hashtag acceptance.
Do you know the show Too Hot to Handle on Netflix?
No.
Okay, so some English girl I've never watched it, but some English girl from that show is also on The Circle now, and she's hilarious. She has they introduced Lance Bass to The Circle, and she has no idea who Lance Bass is, and she's never heard of it because she's 20 and she's English.
So speaking of Angel, and no one was speaking of Angel, I just wanted to bring this up because a friend of mine, I learned something last night, Brandon.
Yes.
I learned about a website last night.
Oh boy.
Yeah. A friend of mine is on said website. I didn't know it was like a thing. I know about Grindr and I know about like different things. I learned do we want to talk about this on the podcast?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. I learned of a website last night called Ass Pig.
So, Ass Pig.
I am like the most I'm just like so pathetically sad.
So, Ass Pig, we are accepting sponsorships. So, this has been GrrArghCast, sponsored by AssPig.com.
I never in my life thought I would say something like that. And I was like, I guess things like that are out there. I just never like actually put two and two together. I don't know why I think that like Tinder, Bumble, and like J-Swipe are the only things that exist.
J-Swipe.
Yes,
Nice.
it's like Tinder for Jews.
Of course, you think that only J-Swipe exists. Why would you want to date someone who's not Jewish?
You know what? At this point, I don't know.
So what you're saying is when we get off the podcast today, you're going to go start an AssPig.com.
No, I can't join.
I know. Thank God.
Oh.
You know, they let women join Grindr now. Grindr is dead.
Grindr is dead now.
Yeah.
That is a sad. Well, they should have had their own Grindr.
Yeah, Lady Grindr.
That would have been great marketing.
Yeah, Lady Grindr sounds like Ted Bundy's personal website.
Oh. I didn't go there with it. I didn't make sausage out of people.
Here we are. Ass Pig is also the contents of hot dogs. Okay. So Jewel, sorry guys, my jokes are not on point today. I am very tired. It's humid. I'm in the bathroom and my glasses keep fogging over and I can't see shit. It's just a day. It's just a fucking day.
You're having such a day. I'm living my best life. How strange is this? Mr. Puerto Vallarta.
I know,
2021.
right? Well, let's talk about our Buffy episode. This episode is called Listening to Fear. As Buffy and Dawn help their mom prepare for brain surgery, a creepy extraterrestrial demon becomes fixated on an increasingly disoriented Joyce and infiltrates the Summers' home. Whew, boy, this episode. So the episode opens with
I'm so upset. I can't even tell you how upset I am. I'm so upset.
The girls are at the hospital. The doctor tells Joyce that she's going to have surgery in a couple days, and the gang is taking over Buffy's patrols. And they'll like, oh yeah, we'll go out and Riley will join us. But Riley is like obsessed with letting vampires drink from him now.
What is that about? Do you get high from that? Is it like a drug thing? Is it an oxytocin thing? What's happening?
I think he's like obsessed with the sort of pain of it. I don't know. I think he's just a bottom. Riley's just a bottom. Riley just wants to feel a little bit of pain. That's the only way he can get off anymore.
Poor Riley.
No, not poor Riley. Fuck Riley. So
well, she kind of just chewed him up and spit him out alive. Who did not see that coming? He's like a sad piece of gum under a table.
I know, and I understand with age, I do feel a little differently about it, but I always hated Riley. So the next day, Willow is bringing gifts to Joyce and Buffy and Dawn. She brings Joyce a beer helmet, which is what you very much need, I guess, when you're going to have brain surgery.
Willow was just so weird in this episode for me. Like, I didn't know why she was there.
Well, Willow this season is weird. I agree with your assessment from earlier where, like, her just kind of voice like a little child, like a little girl.
Oh, it makes
It's
me
just
so
like,
mad.
that's not Willow. Like, Willow's this strong witch bitch that we fucking love. And luckily, we do see that soon. We do see more of that, like, coming up. But there was a weird direction that they take her character in this season. And in addition to that, like, there's a video game, Chaos Bleeds, and the girl who does the voice of Willow, because Allison Hannigan didn't do it, the girl who does her voice does the shit too. And I don't blame her. Like, she probably sat down and watched some episodes of this season, was like, okay, I guess this is how this bitch talks.
I'm not here for Willow this season. I'm really annoyed.
Not yet. I'm not.
I don't like Tara at all. Anya is the only thing saving Xander from relevance or irrelevance. And then Buffy's got mom and now kid sister out of nowhere to, keep her busy.
Yeah.
This isn't great anymore.
And because Joyce has this brain tumor, she's saying all kinds of wacky shit. Like, she's like, I want to take it in bed and rip it in half. Whatever.
Why does she keep calling her Dawn a shadow? I'm like, that is such.
Well, yeah, and then she's like, "Who are you? Who are you? Why are you here? Where'd you come from? You're a shadow. You're not real." Like, but that's because she can like see that Dawn is like adjust,
not actually there.
Well, she's there, but she's not supposed to be. Willow and Tara. Oh my god, the scene where they're looking at the fucking stars made me want to kill myself.
And she's like, "Oh, there's a thing crashed.
It's a pineapple, a meteor," and then a meteor crashes to Earth. Now, Buffy has had some dumb like monsters of the week. Really, really, really dumb. I don't know if any of them quite top how stupid this monster is.
Not only was it stupid, but it was a bug.
It was a stupid, ugly bug, cockroach baby. Monster
there was
thing.
No point to this episode. This episode did absolutely nothing to push anything forward.
Wait. And so they're up on the roof. They go and investigate this thing. It's a meteor of some kind. They're like, "Oh, we'll go do research at the thing." And Riley's like, "Oh, I don't really do research. I'll just go hunting." But Riley actually calls Graham. A returning Graham, his buddy from the initiative. And all the initiative guys come out and start investigating. Graham is super hot, even in a beret. I fucking love him. And luckily, the next episode that we get will be the last that we see of Graham and someone else.
Riley, thank God, or Joyce. Riley or Joyce, someone's going to die or leave or like it's gone.
Joyce is not going to die. At the hospital, we see the creature like crawling on the ceiling undetected, and we find out that he's like attracted to people that.
What I don't understand is why does he like all of a sudden like you can't see him? Does he have like a shroud of invisibility? Brandon, are you frozen? Are you back, Brandon?
Back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. He has, I don't know. It's stupid. Anyway, Buffy and Dawn take their mom home, and she's laying in bed, and she's like freaking out. And Buffy, it's actually kind of sad, the scene where Buffy is like doing dishes and crying and trying not to.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah,
that was so sad. And Dawn is just listening to her mother have an absolute meltdown, and like, or what she thinks is her mother. Sorry, Dawn, you're not a real human.
But it's her fault. I mean, she thinks that it is too. I don't know. I just that scene actually really hit me pretty hard. Like the scene where she's just like, this isn't the person that I know anymore. Like Buffy has no idea what to do. She can't not be strong. Like she has to keep this appearance up. Like I thought that was the only good part of this episode, to be honest with you. And then
Joyce starts talking to the worm on the ceiling, and when Spike shows up, I was like, yes, What are you
Yeah,
doing?
Spike
Why does he
shows
have
up.
pictures of her?
Yeah, he has a whole bunch of pictures of her and a lot of her stuff. Spike's obsession with Buffy is through the goddamn roof now. Like, it's ridiculous. And he has a whole interaction with Buffy, and then they're fighting this cockroach demon thing. And Buffy kills it with a knife. Spike comes over and helps her. And Riley bursts through the door. Spike tells Riley that, you guys missed a show. And he's like, I was here to help because I'm Spike and you're Riley and you fucking suck. And I was here to help. Where were you? Like, I do like this, like, teasing. Frankly, like, I would watch a Spike and Riley show if it was just them, like, teasing each other.
Oh, yeah. I love Spike. Spike makes it so much better. Yeah.
And then we see we're back at the hospital and we see Ben get into his car and Glory's assistant Dreg is there in the back seat. And it turns out that Ben is the one that summoned this asteroid demon cockroach baby monster.
See, I told you Ben was no good. I was not here for Ben.
Yeah. And then he says, well, I'm here dealing with this like mentally ill population. I need to clean up Glory's mess, which I've always had to do my whole life. So Ben has this connection to Glory.
That's her little brother.
Possibly.
Well, I mean, how he was acting, definitely a sibling.
And Glory's making all these people like bonkers because she's draining their brain energy because that's how she feeds. So
is that what's happening to
And
Joyce?
That's where mentally ill people come from. No, I'm joking.
It's Glory's fault.
It's all Glory's fault. And then we have the only other scene that works in this for me, which is where Joyce says to Buffy before she's going into surgery, she says, like, I know that she's not mine. She's like, I know that Dawn isn't mine, but she feels like mine, and it's important that we protect her. She's an important person. And there's like this like really understanding between Buffy and her mom about Dawn that I actually really find very sweet and important. Mm-hmm. And I love their relationship. I've always loved Buffy and her mom's relationship, even when it was rocky. Yes, I'm saying
you love a mother-daughter bond.
Yes, I do. And yes, I am saying that Ben is somehow connected to Glory. So
how sad for him that he has such a lame name in comparison. Hi, you're glorious, and you're Ben.
Ben. And then Joyce is wheeled off to surgery, and we will discuss Joyce's surgery the next episode. Jewel, what do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. Joyce is going to die.
Why do you think Joyce is going to die?
Because the story needs to be freed up and have the others involved more, right? Like, she's got something traumatic has to happen. So, like, we need to lose a character. We have too many right now.
Okay.
Honestly, that's what I feel.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't really have a lot of trivia.
And like,
I have some foreign language titles. The German title is...
I was going to say, if people are going to die, it's not going to be Willow. It's not going to be Xander. I wish it would be Tara. It's not, because Willow is happy and baby talking. Xander has Anya because Anya now works with Giles. So either Dawn can't die because she's the key, and, we need to have her around. So it's got to be Joyce because Spike's not going anywhere, right? You can't take him away now that we have actually someone good on the show.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. The German title is Alles Böse kommt von oben, which means all bad things come from above. The Italian title is Il Meteorite, which is the meteorite. The Polish title is Piętno strachu, or the stigma of fear. And we'll do one more. The Finnish title is Pelon tunit, or hours of fear. I really like all bad things come from above. The Germans stepped it up again. Jewel.
I'm glad that you're happy with them. I'm not happy about anything that happened in this episode. There were
Final thoughts letter rating.
There were bugs. The bugs threw up on people's faces to numb them or make them stop screaming or whatever. Yeah, this is my nightmare. This is horrible. I don't like anything about this stupid episode. Other than Spike, I thought Spike and Buffy had a really great moment. And also I really liked... Okay, there were a couple sweet moments, relationship stuff. Great. I don't like the storyline. It makes me sad. I don't like this storyline. It's not fun to watch. And I don't feel like I don't like some of the characters anymore. I'm really over Willow. I'm really over her baby talk. I don't like it. And I really don't like Tara.
Yeah. So what's your letter rating on this one?
C-. D-.
Yeah. I love those D-.
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 I love those moments. Yeah, I got you. I love those moments of Buffy and her mom talking and working out the whole Dawn situation. I love watching Sarah Michelle Gellar play Hurt. She does it very, very well. I love seeing Graham back because I think he's a sexy bitch. And that's all I got. I'm giving this one a D. This is a bad episode. This is a really bad episode.
It's terrible.
Yeah. But you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you had the facts of life.
But
Jewel,
listen, what? Oh, you want to talk about Patreon?
I would love to if that's cool with you.
I mean, I'm all right with that.
We have a Patreon, patreon.com/GAC podcast. You can go sign up. It's $5 a month. You get unlimited access to our private Facebook groups. You get direct interactions with us. You can watch the stream live and comment, which today I accidentally put it on public anyway. But normally, only our Patreon subscribers can watch our live stream.
Snap.
Whoopsie daisy. So come and sign up. Patreon.com/GAC podcast, $5 a month. And that is what we got. Jewel, let's talk about our Angel episode, The Trial.
I'm not even going to fool people this episode. I'm not even going to try and do one of my switcheroos. I'm going to tell you right now, I was shocked more than anyone else that this episode was better than Buffy.
Well, we go from a brain tumor drama with Buffy to a syphilis drama with Angel.
Love it.
So Cordy and Wesley are useless at this point. They're talking about Angel's obsession with Darla.
And the haircut is getting worse and worse and worse. Charisma Carpenter.
Yes. So Angel is trying to rescue Darla from going back to Wolfram and Hart. He goes to this hotel room. She is like super upset. She has her little cross. She has a stake, whatever.
Don't say hotel room, Brandon. That's cruelty. That's not
Motel.
nice. That's not nice to hotels. That is a by the hour hotel or motel.
Yes.
6 or whatever. It was not great.
And she hears a knock at the door, and it's Lindsay. And Lindsay comes in and
He's had a
tells
haircut.
her that he's had a haircut, and he tells her with Holland Manners, who's the guy that runs Wolfram and Hart now, that you are dying. Here's a medical report. You have syphilis, because when she died, she had syphilis, and she was basically dying of syphilis. And Angel turned her into a vampire, which saved her. But now that they brought her back, she has syphilis again, and she's dying again, and there's nothing they can do to save her medically. There's no cure. So we get a flashback of Angelus and Darla on the run. They're being hunted by a guy named Holtz. Holtz will come back into play in the near future, but I'll tell you, it's been so long since I watched all of Angel that I don't really remember who Holtz is. I remember he exists. I remember his name, and I remember him as a character, but I don't remember his story or anything. So frankly, you and I are kind of watching these for the first time.
Holtz who goes there.
Holtz who goes there. And they're hiding in this barn, and Darla's like, hey, we've been running from these people, let's bang. And Angel's like, okay, let's do it. And then all of a sudden these flaming arrows start coming into the barn. And Darla knocks Angel out and takes their only horse and is like, maybe we'll meet up in Vienna. So Darla is obviously this badass bitch when she was a vampire that didn't even care. She would knock out Angel.
She was a survivor.
She was a survivor. She's not going to compromise her Christianity.
Didn't Darla make Angel though?
Darla made Angel, yes.
Yes.
And then Angel made Drusilla, and Drusilla made Spike.
Right.
So, yeah. So Darla's in this vampire dive bar, and she's trying to talk this vampire to turning her, and he's never done it before, and he's kind of a dork, and she's like, I don't even care, use me and then send me away, I don't care. And Angel shows up just in time to stake him before he can do it. And Darla tells Angel the whole thing of I have weeks left to live. You can help me. You can change me. You can fix this, but you're choosing not to, He's like, you're choosing not to. She's like, you're choosing not to. So Angel is convinced that this is just a huge scam. He goes to Wolfram and Hart, kicks a door down, And he's like, Lindsay, I know you're not going to invite me in. And then Lindsay's like, okay, come on in, wipe your feet. I did like that bit. The Lindsay and Angel dynamic. And then as it goes on, I really like the dynamic between the two of them up till the very end. So Angel learns that Lindsay didn't believe in Darla's diagnosis either, and went to go see all these different doctors, including his own personal doctor, who all told her the same thing. Like, she's got a couple weeks to live, whatever. And Angel realizes that Lindsay is in love with Darla, which is ridiculous. Barely knows her, whatever. And Lindsay also tries to convince Angel to turn Darla. And Angel's like, if I turn her, she's just going to hunt you down and kill you immediately. Like, this, it would be pointless to turn her because you're not getting what you want anyway. You can interrupt me at any time if you have anything to add on these.
I don't.
Great. So they go to Caritas, which is the karaoke bar, and Darla sings this blues song, which, by the way, like, Darla doesn't have a great voice, but it's not aggressively bad. Like, she's been the best singer so far.
That's not saying much.
We just got a comment from Amy in the chat, and she says, to see Darla human and having human fear is very interesting. I agree. To see this like badass vampire like realize that, holy shit, like, I've done all this stuff and I'm gonna die, and like having to deal with mortality for the first time is super interesting. So he goes to Caritas, she sings karaoke. Lorne, I don't know if he's called Lorne yet, but that's his name, Lorne, sends them to go and jump into this empty swimming pool, basically. And I love the scene where Angel's explaining to Darla that, like, yeah, I'm gonna jump into this pool head first. This is where he sent me. I'm gonna dive in, and either we're gonna fix things or you're gonna see something pretty funny, which I like that. I like that bit. He dives in, and there's this like underground, like through this dimensional thing where there's all of these like tests that he has to do to save her life. Yes. The first test, he fights this monster thing, demon thing, and he saws it in half. And
it
he
comes back to life.
It reconnects itself, comes back to life. So he cuts it in half again and hangs it on opposite sides of the room so it can't reunite itself, and then moves to the next door. The second test, he has to run across all of these crosses on the floor and then grabs was it a key out of a thing of holy water? A key out of a big pot of holy water. Oh, my toilet's in the background because I'm in the bathroom. I'm trying not to do that. And then whatever. And then the third test is he's chained up like arms and legs in chains, and there's a wall of stakes. And the guy who's like the valet.
Wooden stakes, not like a steak on a plate. Yeah,
not ribeyes. There's wooden stakes, and he's like, yeah, you have to accept death. Like the prize in this is death. If you die, if you accept death, then she lives. And if you don't, then you can both leave and she'll just die. Like, you've earned the choice. And the valet actually says something interesting to him. He says, like, isn't the world a better place with you here? Can't you save more people than just her? And Angel is willing to sacrifice his life to bring her back, which is very sweet.
Why? She was such a horrible human. Yeah. Sorry, unhuman. She was such a horrible person. Why would you ever bring her back?
Because he loved her, and because he wanted her to have this second chance that not a lot of people get. And so he passes the test by just being willing to die, basically. And then the guy's like, actually, sorry, probably should have investigated this before we had this conversation. But we actually can't save her. She's already been brought back once supernaturally. She's living her second chance now. And so there's this interesting situation that happens where they're back in Darla's motel room. They're having this conversation, and she basically accepts that, like, this is my second chance. Like, this is, I need to go through this, like, whatever. And Angel's like, I will be here. I'll be here with you until it happens. Like, I want to be here. It's very sweet, actually. And then the part that made Joel, in my head, you screamed when this happened. Lindsay and the Wolfram & Hart guys burst in. They restrain Angel, and Drusilla walks in the room.
Oh, it was the greatest moment of the entire episode, the entire series. This was the greatest thing. I was like, yes, yes, come back. I can't wait. What is she going to do?
And Drusilla comes in. You tell me what she does. She bites her. She drains her. She cuts herself. She puts Darla in her.
And now breasts. Darla is her sire.
And now Darla is a vampire again.
But like from her line. So doesn't she like have to be nice to her?
No, not necessarily. There is a connection there, but no. And it's such a good cameo. She doesn't say a word. She just walks in with her crazy eyes.
She was so good.
Shit up, cuts her chest open, and leaves. Oh my God.
Loved it.
It is wonderful.
It was so good. They fucked with the wrong bitch. Darla, you should not have messed with Drusilla. Angel, she's coming for you. I hope she wins.
There's a couple of things that are foreshadowed in this episode that won't mean anything to you, but some of the viewers, we already talked about Holtz, and Jasmine is also foreshadowed in this episode. Boy, do I fucking hate Jasmine. So our Julie Benz did her own singing in this episode. Of course she did, and I thought she sounded great. And they also, Julia Landau plays Drusilla. Her name was only in the end credits because it was supposed to be a huge surprise that Drusilla would show up.
It was, and it was a welcome surprise.
Absolutely. The German title of this episode is Auf Leben und Tod, for life and death. And that's really the only one that's not just called The Trial in another language. All right, guys. Jewel.
Oh, just because Drusilla showed up at the end, saved the entire episode, I'm giving it an A-.
Nice. I love the trials. I love the dynamic between Lindsay and Angel. I love the dynamic between Darla and Angel. I think that David Boreanaz did some amazing acting in this episode. BJ points out that he was lifting his arms up from anytime he was shirtless so that his stomach flap wouldn't stick out, which is very funny and true. And I love Drusilla, and Jewel, I'm happy to tell you she's back for a little while.
I can't wait. I'm almost excited to watch Angel.
I am going to give this episode an A. Everything works in this episode for me. I really love it. I really, really love it, and I actually am excited to see the hell that Darla and Drusilla unleash because I kind of don't remember. If I remember correctly, we are getting a cameo coming up soon from a certain incarcerated person on the show. So,
isn't like today is incarcerated?
No, the character's incarcerated. So okay. Anyway, it's fine. So that is our show. I'm sorry that I covered that episode so quickly. It's not a lot happens in the episode, but it's so well done that it like there's not much that needs to be said. I mean, it's a really beautiful, wonderful episode. We have some upcoming birthdays this week. No, we don't. I take it back. We have no upcoming Buffy birthdays this week. Next week we will be covering the episodes Into the Woods of Buffy and Reunion of Angel.
Oh my God, I can't wait for Angel because my Hulu started like playing the first 2 minutes and I was like, oh, I got turned off. It's too good.
Yeah, Angel is really good the rest of the season, as I recall. And Buffy gets good again.
I don't know, but soon. I like Drusilla.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's a short episode today, but I think we covered a lot in a short amount of time. And it was the only way that I could avoid mariachi music. It's so humid in this bathroom that my glasses no longer function.
So we'll let you be done early, Brandon. GrrArgh, bitches.
So
GrrArgh, bitches. GrrArgh. You're frozen, and